Hello, my friends. Well, I'm doing another Dutch pour. I'm sorry if you're getting tired of them, but I had some leftover paint, and I mentioned in a previous video that I'm going out of town, so I've got to use it up. And so, and I'm going to give you a little more information on the consistency this time. So let me see. I wanted to, well, these are the colors I had left from my previous pour. And I actually combined some of the colors. I had this orangey and a yellow, and I combined those to come up with this orange. I added a little more dark purple to the, I think it was Prism Violet, to get a darker shade. And this one I had a ton of. I meant to mix up white and add a tint of this magenta color, but instead I mixed up this giant cup of that color, which is like my least favorite color. So I have to use it up. So I mixed up some white, and then I added some of that, and it was still too bright for the background and too similar in value to this one. So then I mixed up some more white and added some of this to that, and so finally I've come up with a light enough one. But now I'm stuck with all this pink, which I don't even like. Oh well. So my background colors are going to be this light pink, and it's going to dry darker, so it's going to make its presence known, but I think there's enough of a contrast there. And then a light lavender. I mixed white and then added a little bit of that to it. You know, I might even darken that up a little bit, just because the pink is going to be so vivid. So I'll just add a little bit of that there and deepen that just a fraction. I'll stir that in real well. But anyway, I always give the recipe down below, and I will, but I'm going to show you on this little piece of foam core board the consistency. Now what I use for base coat is 5 parts Floetrol, 3 parts paint, 2 parts water. That's it. That's all I do to it. So if you use those ratios, you will get the exact consistency I get with the background paint. And then you can put a little dot. You've seen people do this before. I didn't come up with this, but it's a great idea. Just a little dot of color, and if you make a same size dot, that's probably a good idea. But I mixed my colors then, the ones I, blow out, a little bit thicker than the base coat. And that, I can't remember that recipe offhand. I'll put it down below, but it's the same ingredients, just little different ratios. So let me show you that. And then the dreaded pink. I don't hate the color, it's just not one of my favorites. So, okay, then you tilt it to test your consistencies. And you can see that my base coat is a little thinner than these 3, and this one actually could take a little bit of water. These 2 are pretty similar. So I'll add just a fraction of water to the orange. And by a fraction, I mean, I usually have a little half teaspoon. I mean, I'm really very exact about what I do, but I'm just going to add a little dribble. I won't bother testing it again, but it's thin, but not as thin as the base coat. And then the final thing I do, I take a card and I kind of just run it across to get an idea of what the colors are going to look like together. And I've used this combination many times, and I know I'll like it. So, but if you did that with unfamiliar colors, you might see something glaring that you don't care for, and maybe change your approach. So there we go. So let me get the base coat down, and then we'll get to work. Back in a flash. Okay, I have returned. Now, if you saw the last Dutch pour video I did, I really struggled with it. It's the one where I scraped off a big section up here and blew it out again. And I wasn't happy with it. I mean, I really was hard on myself. And I am hard on myself because I have certain standards that I try to meet. And if I don't feel I've met them, I critique myself and I learn from them, hopefully. However, as I'm looking at that one, I can't show it to you because it's still quite wet. I really like it now. And probably of all the Dutch pours I've done, it's got the best composition. So I'm going to try to kind of duplicate the composition and have it have these three areas negative space. So here we go. And also I'm limiting the palette this time to only 3 colors. That one had a lot, I think like 6 colors in it, which was fun, but a little crazy. So a limited palette, you know, you can hardly go wrong as long as you know these colors coordinate with each other. So here we go. Oh, so I'm going to kind of blow it out on or lay it out in a different shape. Well, why not? I guess I'll use up this. What have I got? 3. Okay. I really don't like adding paint on once I've blown it out. That's where I run into trouble, you know, overblowing it. So I think I have a sufficient amount of paint here. I'm going to use up the orange, though. I say that, and then I add more paint. I don't have much orange left, so let me run that in there. One more swoop of the deep violet. Okay, that's it. So here we go. I hope I didn't mess up because I have to cover this. Oh, I'm not sure I did that right. Well, it may not look anything like the last one composition-wise, but here we go. seems to happen. I get this wildly colored, bright, and then washed out. Ugh. So I've got to add to that. I can't, it's just unbalanced to my eye. I didn't blow that out very much, but I don't mind that. If I were to come, no, I've got to do something with this section here. That's a shame. What have I got left? I tried to use up my paints, and I've got a little purple, some magenta, really not happy with having to do this. I'll add a little bit of this, what I have left over here. Okay. Fingers crossed. Okay, well, it's better, I think. I wonder if I want to blow that. I think I will. I'll do it and then I'll explain why I did it, if it works. Okay, the reason I did that was because this was still very light and that was dark like this. And this is somewhere in the middle. So now I feel it's more balanced and I'm very happy with the little cells that popped up there. And this kind of anchors this corner down where it's dark. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think I'm done. I don't think I want to do anything else. Unless I touch that up just slightly. What would happen if I went that way? No, I'm not going to. All right, let me take you in a little closer. You know, there's no guarantee. I thought I was doing the same thing as previous ones, and it's completely different. That's what's fun about it, and frustrating at the same time. So I guess if one is a pink fan, you might really like this. I like that area a lot, the cell shape. Over there, those are pretty cute. Yeah, I think it will meld in fine with the other colorful ones I have for the restaurant wall. Okay, well, one of my next videos, unless I upload it before this one, is a challenge by the fabulous Gina DeLuca. She's giving me the Do's and Don'ts challenge. So I'm looking forward to getting her instructions and seeing what I can come up with. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching, folks. Bye now. Well, surprise, surprise. I worked on it a little more after I thought I was done. And the reason was I wasn't terribly unhappy with it, but I came in to check on it about an hour later, and it was falling off the edge here. Now, I had checked and it was level, it wasn't wobbly. I was steady on the push pins, but when I looked at it eye level on the side there, I could see that the canvas was actually bowed in the center, and this side was sloping down. So I had to do something, and it was not looking good. So I took the good old beads and I started playing with areas. And some of them I like a lot. I love this. I think that looks great. That's okay. This is very fun. This I had a little trouble with. I like the circularness of that, and I would like to be able to preserve this section, which was probably the prettiest part of the blowout. Now over here it was washed out. It looked, I kind of wanted to mimic that, but I didn't achieve it, and it all looked like this. So I quickly mixed up more pink, believe it or not, and just poured on some negative space here to kind of balance the two areas. Let me turn it around to you, the orientation I like best. And it's amazing what rotating it does, how different it looks. So the way you're seeing it is the orientation I prefer. Something about this white area kind of going up this way just feels right to me. So I really like it now. It's very different than obviously what I had before. And I think the bead pulling added a lot of great movement to it, and I'm happy. So, tell me what you think about this. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for sticking around. Bye now.